I just got done loading this skid steer up, and I wanted to do a 1 year review on this trailer. I got some walnut logs in the bucket there. I got my root grapple and the skid steer. So I mean, this is a pretty heavy load here. I just had to drag it through this muddy section with the skid steer, but none of that's necessarily relevant to the video. But I have been putting this thing through its paces, and so far I've had pretty much zero issues with it. It's a 7x16 with 3-foot steel sides, and came with the spare tire, and it has a gravel spreader gate right here. Now I thought I was going to use this a bunch, and I thought it was going to be a great idea. So you just hit this, and then you got chains that you'll hook in right here and right here to set how much you want that gravel to come out. I've never used it, not a single time. And it's kind of, let me pop this open here. It's kind of pointless, and I actually wish I didn't even have it at this point, because everything hangs off of this pin. This whole gate right here off of this pin. That means, you know, my ramps hang off of this, and this flexes a bunch. And I mean, so far I haven't had any issues with it, but it's not necessary. I don't want any unnecessary stuff. And the ramps, they're heavy. They're quite heavy, but they're heavy duty built. So, I mean, that's the nature of the beast if you want something that's well built. All the lights are LED. They've been great. These are greasable. I actually don't grease them because I like it when it swings and it stays right where you left it. I got the 8,000-pound axles. If you're doing anything heavy duty with a dump trailer, like I haul 5 tons of like rock and dirt and material and all the stuff in this trailer. I wouldn't want a 7,000-pound axle. I had another Max D, and I sold it because I moved. I didn't want to take it with me, but it was 7,000-pound axles, and I hauled a excavator and material in with it. And I found, for me, what I do, which is like kind of small excavation, this is perfect. It's my one-trick pony. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say this thing does everything well. Like, I wouldn't want to haul gravel in this all day long as a career. It doesn't even, it's kind of a pain in the butt to load equipment. I mean, you see how tight this is. But I only have one trailer, and it does everything with one trailer. So I really can't complain. Now, some things I love about it. This adjustable hitch. I can set this hitch to wherever it needs to be, and it just gives you a little bit more flexibility with trucks and lifts and certain drop hitches that you may or may not already have. This is worth its weight in gold as well. I would never order a dump trailer without the remote control or this hydraulic jack. I spent so much of my life freaking jacking a trailer, and in the morning time, late at night, it's always the first or last thing you do is hook up your trailer, and it's just, you don't want to get out your truck. You don't want to do it. It's a pain in the butt, so this is incredible. I added 2 batteries and a solar panel kit to this. I got another video on it. It's a short, I believe, but basically ever since I did this, I haven't had any dead battery issues, nothing of that sort. And I actually have a power inverter in here. See, it should, well, it's charging this phone right now, but I think we could turn this on just to show you. So it's charging the DeWalt battery, and yeah, 12.5 volts right now. So yeah, I can store my grease gun, that, hydraulic oil, funnel, paper towels, chains and binder straps. I keep that chainsaw on me just to some glue, like common stuff. Like you're always going to use this big LED light. And it's the little things, like if you're doing landscaping or excavation or construction for a living, and having that storage is worth its weight in gold. I mean, that's the difference between a trip back to the house or back to the shop and not. This tarp, it works fine for what it is. I know there's an upgrade kit for the tarp to go up and over, and it's not a bad idea, but at a certain point, I just don't need it. I'm not tarping loads that much. It wasn't worth it to me. I love the fact it comes with a full-size spare. That's also a game changer. And this is a scissor dump. And I'll show you guys how powerful this is. A lot of dump trailers that are scissor dumps, I'm just going to throw out some manufacturers, but like Texas Pride or, these cheaper trailers, I don't know for certain, but I know, let's get this closed before I fire this up. Let me just put it this way. I've only had like one time where this trailer wouldn't dump when I needed it to. So here's the remote right here. And it works well. It's a little goofy, but you hold it and then the power button, and then it's on. And this is basically its signal. This is the battery. If this starts getting low, it's red. It's actually a pretty pricey unit, so don't lose it. I had to order another one. But you can recharge it, so it's great. You just plug it in right there, and off you go. And it's simple. It's just in or out for this jack here, for the tongue jack, or up and down for the scissor lift. And this is, once again, I mean, the bucket and the logs, that's probably, I don't know, 700 or so. The skid steer's 9, and that grapple's probably another 1,000. And plus it's all caked with mud. And you can hear it straining, but it lifts it, the whole thing. The reason I went with a scissor, I have my mini excavator and I'm swinging around, and that stupid jack up in the air is in my way. It's also in my way if I want something to run long in the front, or, I'm loading crap in there. And I know I have the solar panel in this here, but if I could eliminate one thing that's in my way, one thing that's going to get damaged, it makes my life easier, and I'm going to continue to do that. So, I hit the wrong button. So we'll just bring this up some more, and especially once it's lifted, it's no problem. Let's just peek down here. Make sure to grease your scissor lift if you end up getting this. It's definitely a good thing just to keep it greased and maintain this. Now, the little touches that I think are awesome, they have this square tube right here for the hoses. It's completely encapsulated. I think they got a similar thing for their wiring right here. If you take a look. So, I don't want to stick my head under this trailer, but if you see right here, all the wiring for the trailer lights go in this tube all the way down. And you also have a protector right there for your scissor lift system in case you run into some dirt or a rock or a stump or anything like that. So it's all these things that add up. And when you're dump trailer shopping, take a look at that. Take a look at how it's built and, what it really comes with. And, like the beefiness of this tongue here. Like, this trailer can handle more weight. I mean, realistically, it's the axles that are holding this thing back. And also it's a bumper pull. So, and this is a F250. I mean, it's I don't want to overload this. I don't want this much weight on my rear end. So yeah, I just wanted to I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a spokesperson for Max D, but I would say I'm a happy customer, and like I said, this is the second trailer I bought of theirs. If that shows anything, that I did it twice. And if you need a decent salesperson, there's one I know out of Kentucky who can get you hooked up. And here's another little just walk around of it. Little stuff like this. I mean, these little plastic caps popped out. I think I'd actually hit them with something. Doesn't bother me any. The jacks are built well. These are incredibly nice. You put those down, so when you're loading equipment, I haul all my equipment in this trailer. When you're loading equipment, it doesn't pick up the tongue of your truck, especially if you're on a hill. Your whole setup goes sliding down. But there it is, the Max D. It's a DJX series, 7x16 with 3-foot sides. If you're still watching this video, I'm gonna ramble on a little bit more about sizing for dump trailers. For me, I had a 7x14 with 2-foot sides as my first trailer, and I had a mini excavator. It was about a 9,000 pound mini excavator. The sides were too small. When I would haul like debris, or like, let's say I tore out somebody's fence, something like that, or tree debris, it was always piling up. If you go 4-foot sides, that's a lot more weight, number one. And then number two, the visibility from the back window looking out. With 3-foot sides, it's a little tough. Like cars can hide back in there. But with 4-foot sides, you're not going to see them. So it's all the little things. Like if somebody's riding your ass, you know, you could at least have an idea that they're there. Also with 4-foot sides, it's a lot more difficult to see in and see what you've got in your trailer, and, you know, check on your load and your cargo. 3-foot sides, you can walk up and see it. So that's my take on it. I bought this trailer because it suits me and what I do. Ultimately, your trailer purchase needs to suit you and what you do. You know, some people don't haul as much weight as I do. Other people might haul more weight. If you're going to haul more weight, you're going to want a fifth wheel or a gooseneck. You're going to want to distribute that load right over the rear axle of the truck, and even, you know, maybe even some on the front, because this is about max that you want to do off of a bumper pull. So unless you want to step up, you know, if you have like a semi truck or or dump truck with like a pintle hitch or something like that, then it doesn't matter. It's a much beefier truck, or a 450. But I mean, for a 250, this is definitely the maximum. So yeah, sizing the trailer to your truck too. That's something to always take into account. You know, if you have a F-150, you're not going to want this trailer. This trailer's heavy. I think it's around 5,000 pounds. So it's a lot of weight just by itself. This truck does great with it, but it's a newer modern diesel. So if you don't have that, or that's not in your budget, or you're just starting out, I mean, yeah. And the other thing about dump trailer is sometimes, you know, you could find a decent used dump trailer. But for this, I ended up just going new, because this trailer, this truck, and this machine, if they don't operate, I'm not making any money. So I needed something that was going to be totally reliable for me. And so far, this has been great. It did let me down one time. Let's talk about that, actually. There was a coil right here that went bad on the circuit. So that coil actually went bad in like the first week that I owned it. And so let's shut this down. You just hold that, and then the lights go off. And then back in there, that's the receiver. Then you actually could see the receiver stopped flashing. But there's actually a charger, onboard charger too. You could plug it into the extension cord and charge your trailer up all the way, which is nice as well. I just don't have time for that. So solar panel works well for me. But Okay. Yeah. I took it in. I mean, these are all like common, available, off-the-shelf parts. And I took it in to the dealer that I bought it from, and they replaced it that day. And they were pretty surprised. We're like, wow, we've never seen them go bad. They definitely do go bad with time, but they never saw one go bad that early. I actually, the majority of this dirt was hauled with this trailer. I was dumping it with my truck, and that's where the dual batteries definitely come in. So, but anyways, there you guys have it. The DJX Max D trailer. Very nice. Fenders are well built. Make sure to grease that. I believe it's a slipper spring suspension system. I mean, from the reflective lights to the marker lights here, been very happy with it. Definitely been very happy with it. So, yeah. Let me know if you got any questions. Be happy to answer them. See ya.